Standing tall by faith, I watch my spirit grow, reaching for the lost souls wandering far below. God's holy breath, a sacred mighty gust, lifts me from the ashes, raises me from dust. Eagles soaring high, high up in the sky, flying straight and true, riding to victory. His promise is the power that makes the darkness flee. Eagles soaring high for all the world to see. His anointing falls, it destroys the yoke. Every chain is shattered with the word he spoke. The captives now are free. Rising up with me, soaring high into victory. Flying high and free. Soaring high into victory. Flying high and free. Standing tall by faith, I watch my spirit grow, reaching for the lost souls wandering far below. God's holy breath, a sacred mighty gust, lifts me from the ashes, raises me from dust. Eagles soaring high, high up in the sky, flying straight and true, riding to victory. His promise is the power that makes the darkness flee. Eagles soaring high for all the world to see. His anointing falls, it destroys the yoke. Every chain is shattered with the word he spoke. The captives now are free. Rising up with me, soaring high into victory. Flying high and free. Soaring high into victory. Flying high and free.
Well, good evening. Good evening. This is the Eagles Soaring High Channel 2 Fireside Chat broadcast. I am your host, Minister Antoine Williams. In fact, this is Eagles Nest Podcast, and I am excited about tonight's video. Yes, I am excited. Last week, we talked about Miss Whitney Houston. We remembered, we honored, and we celebrated her life. And so on this week, we have another legend, in my opinion, another legend that we will be talking about on today and remembering and honoring and celebrating his life. If you will, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channels. Eagle Soaring High Channel 1, Eagle Soaring High Channel 2, Fireside Chat with Eagles, and Purple Community Royal Priesthood. Tonight, as we begin to remember and celebrate and honor another legend on tonight. The man's whose voice tells a story from the power of love. On tonight, we will be remembering and honoring and celebrating Miss Luther Vandross. Mr. Luther Vandross. So stay with me till the end. And if you will, put in the comment section your favorite Luther Vandross song. Put in the chat, in the comment section, your favorite Luther Vandross song as we honor and celebrate and remember him as the legend and the voice that masters a song with a story. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. If you stay with us, we will be right back in just a few moments to dive right. Stay with us. Stay with me, I should say. We'll be back in a few moments. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. This is Eagle's Nest Podcast. And I want to take the time to welcome all of you here on tonight. On tonight, we will be remembering and honoring and celebrating the late legend, Mr. Luther Vandross. What can I say about Luther Vandross? Luther Vandross is a legend within his own right. When I think about Luther Vandross, I think about how smooth his voice is. I begin to think about how gifted and talented of telling a story, whether it's of love, pain, and hurt, or just joy. I began to look and reflect on his music, tone, his vocals. He was a great songwriter. He gave us great vocals. One of the greatest things that I can say about Luther Vandross is how his music would make us smooth and sick. And when he would open his mouth and begin to sing, he would tell a story that was locked up inside of that, that song, locked up inside of those lyrics. The way he would cause his voice to move up or down fascinated me. He was one of the greatest singers out there that could shift the environment. His voice could shift the atmosphere. His song set an atmosphere. It set an atmosphere up for romance and love. When you would listen to Vandross sing from the depths of his heart and his soul, if you were not in love at that moment, hearing him sing made you want to be in love and be with the one that you were with. Over the years, it became a debate and it became a competition over who liked then Luther and who liked what they call Big Luther. Either way, skinny or had gained weight, his voice never changed. It remained the same. Luther became an American idol. With a voice a certain type of way. And oftentimes made men feel jealous over his voice to women. Thin Luther or Big Luther, it did not matter to me. The songs he would sing would touch the hearts of those around. He created a fan base just by his stage performance. Luther wore many hats in his career and in the industry. He became a songwriter. He became a producer. He was the most seeked background vocalist. Everybody wanted Luther to sing background for them. Many artists wanted him on their album. Luther sang about love, and he sang about love with joy. But there was still some things that was going on the inside of him, and it reflected in his music. I believe Luther wrote songs from his experiences in life. And it was very interesting to me that he never found love, but he could sing about it. It fascinated me that he could take a song full of hurt and pain and sing it with such precision that though it was a sad song, it still made you want to dance. Luther wrote songs for others, as you'll find out as we continue on in this video. You can have everything and anything that you desire to have and still have a void within your life. And though Luther was making records and he was writing songs and he was producing folks, he still had a void on the inside of him that left him broken and shattered. And following Luther's life, there was a level of insecurity. But yet he sang with such confidence in seeking and researching on Luther Vandross' life. It's not a secret because he shared it. Many things of shows. One of the things that stuck out in my mind is that at a young age, his father passed away, which left a void within his heart. Despite the ups and the downs and the storms that Luther Vandross had encountered, he was still able to step into a recording studio. He was still able to step out on a stage and give one of the best performances you would ever see. One thing that I learned about Luther is that he was the type of person that did not lip sync at any of his concerts. And vocals. And you could tell by the arrangements of the songs that they were live. In fact, Luther Vandross said that he did not like lip syncing and perform them in a way that they sound the same, but there was a slight difference to them when he sang them live. Not only was he a songwriter, but you got to see him in one film and a few television shows. Luther was so masterful at what he did that he could take somebody else's song, rearrange it, dissect it, take it apart, put it back together again. Add his own flavor to it. And the song became his. Some of my favorite songs by Luther Vandross is The Rush, The Power of Love, Love Power. He did a song called I Know. He did a song called I Am Only Human. He did a song called So Amazing, Here and Now. He did so many songs that I've heard. Wait for Love, If Only for One Night, which was another singer's song that you'll find as we saw through his life and history. He did his rendition of Stevie Wonder's song, Creepin', collabed with Stevie Brown vocals, and he scattered. He took songs and cleverly made them his own. And just like Whitney Houston could take borrow it, add her flavor to it, do a little tweaking of it, and bring forth a song that you've heard before, but with a different vibe to it. He was a great singer and a legend within his own rights. He saw a young man, I believe, on Star Search, and he took him under his wings, and he wrote and produced his first album. And then tragedy came. And it took the life of this young man. And in the articles that I've read about this situation, is that it broke Luther's heart. He was devastated by the loss of this young man. Again, Luther struggled with his weight. He would lose it and gain it back. He'd lose the weight, gain it back. A storm of struggle. And though it bothered him and left him in a place that didn't feel good to him, he didn't allow it to affect his performances. What a voice through song. And that song would touch the lives of those that heard it. And depending on who it was, that song would minister to that. He did a lot. Things I didn't know that he had done. But in researching him, I found out some interesting facts. You could tell that Luther Vandross loved to sing and he loved performing for his audience, for his fans. You didn't hear too much about Luther in the news. You didn't hear too much, if any, scandals that had taken place in his life. One of the biggest things that always seemed to come up was everybody that he encountered questioned him about his sexuality. And one of the greatest responses to that question is, I quote unquote, Luther Vandross said, I don't owe anybody anything. I don't owe them one thing. The only thing that I owe this world and my fans is the ability to entertain you. But other than that, I don't owe you anything concerning my private life. He kept his private life private. People speculated. Even today, people still speculate about his sexuality, which is really nobody's business except his and God. But he was a one of a kind performer. Whose voice never changed. In fact, there is nobody out here except one person that is able to mimic his voice. I can't remember the man's name, but when he sings, he sounds like Luther. But you know that he's not Luther, but he does well at imitating his voice when he sings. His stage presence was just amazing. He had the style. He always made sure that whether he was doing an interview or doing a concert, that he looked the part. A lot of people say that Luther Vandross was a perfectionist, and even he himself admits that he's a perfectionist, that he's not going to give his audience material if it is not right. So today, I celebrate and I honor the man's who voice that could tell a story from the power of love. The legendary Mr. Luther Vandross. This video is dedicated to you, to your memory, to the legacy that you left. A legacy full of music that is still relevant today. Nobody can get enough of hearing Never Too Much. Don't want to be a fool. Miracles still happen every day. It's that voice that's going to always ring in this land. And so I celebrate you. I celebrate and honor you, the late Luther Vandross. Thank you to God for lending such a gift to this world. And he used the gift to touch the lives of many. And though he is gone, he is not forgotten. For his music still lives on. He did a rendition of the Temptation song, Since I Lost My Baby. He's redone Aretha Franklin songs, Whitney Houston songs. He's redone many different songs that we get still enjoy today. And it is so amazing that we can find his music still in stores, Amazon, even here on the internet. And for those of you that listen to the radio, you can still hear a Luther Vandross song over the airwaves, unless you just bought the CD. this man, this brother, will be remembered always and forever. And he will live within the hearts of his audience, of his fans, so much until the next generation is gravitating to his music. And so we celebrate and we honor for the gift of song and all that he contributed. Again, this video is for you and is dedicated to remembering, honoring, and celebrating the late, great, legendary Smith that told a story through song. Mr. Luther Vandross. And considering how quickly I'm going to be able to get through this, I guess might have to do a part 2 because I have so much information that I found on him. Well, I'm going to ask if you would like, comment, share, and subscribe to all of my channels. Eagle Soaring High Channel 1, Eagle Soaring High Channel 2, Fireside Chat with Eagles, and Purple Community Royal Priesthood. Hit the like button as you come in or as you go out. It doesn't matter. Just tap the like button. I'll appreciate it. And I thank you in advance. Thank you for those of you that's in the clouds and in the bushes that are watching. And since you came this far, tapping the like button. Hit it as you come in or hit it as you go out. Well, we're going to take a break and we're going to come right back and we're going to soar through his life. And I'm going to give you all the information that I have found on him. And just maybe there will be something on the inside of this information that you may not have known or may have known. But either way, I hope that this video you will enjoy. All right, we're going to take a break and we're going to be right back right after this 30. This is the Eagles Nest podcast, honoring and the legend Mr. Luther Vandross, the man's whose voice that tells a story from the power of love. We'll be right back right after this message. Stay with me. Don't forget to hit the like button as you come in or as you go out. I'll appreciate it. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Stay with me as we soar through the information that I have found on Mr. Vandross. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll be back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Again, this is Eagle's Nest Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for joining us on tonight as we celebrate and honor and remember the legend himself, Luther Vandross. Oh, wow. Sound effects are pausing and all of this, but that's okay. Again, this is the Eagles Nets podcast. And I want to welcome all of you to the podcast as we remember and honor and celebrate the late, great Mr. Luther Vandross. Just a reminder, if you will, hit the button as you like button as you come in or as you go out. Hit the like button as you come in or as you go out. And if you will, leave a comment in the comment section telling me what is your favorite Luther Vandross song. What is your favorite Luther Vandross song? We're at 47 some minutes. Going to have to do this Let's soar now into the history and the life of Mr. Luther Vandross. Yes, one more time as we celebrate and remember and honor the great Luther Vandross. Give him a big hand. All right, all right. Let's soar right into the history, his life. Again, you are tuning in to the the Eagle's Nest podcast. Welcome to everyone as we celebrate Luther Vandross. Luther Vandross was born Luther Ronzani Vandross Jr. He was born April 20, 1951. Luther R. Vandross was born to Mary Ida Vandross and Luther Vandross Sr. His older siblings were Patricia, Anne, and Anthony. Luther was the fourth and youngest child of them all. He was born at Bellevue Hospital in the Kips Bay neighborhood of Manhattan, New York City. Luther's father was an upholsterer and singer, and his mother was a nurse. At the age of 3, having his own phonograph, Vandross taught himself to play the piano. Now that word phonograph is probably foreign to many of you, but it was an old record player that he had, and he would listen to it. And he taught himself to play the piano by ear. Vandross turned 9. His family moved to the Bronx, where his at, and Anne began taking Luther to the Apollo Theater and to a theater in Brooklyn to see Dionne Warwick and Aretha Franklin perform. Patricia sang with the vocal The Crest and was featured on songs such as My Juanita and Sweetest One. Luther graduated from William Howard Taft High School in the Bronx in 1969 and attended Western Michigan University for 1.5 semesters before dropping out to continue pursuing a career in music. While in high school, Luther Vandross founded the first students and won a summer talent show. Separated, and Vandross formed a new group called Shades of Jade. At the Apollo Theater during his earlier years in show business, he appeared several times. Amateur Night. Do you all remember Amateur Night at the Apollo? It was one of the greatest shows on TV, and that it was a contest, a competition where people would come on and sing, and they would make their votes on who would be the winner. You all know the Apollo show, the Apollo Theater. I wonder if you all remember that show, An Amateur Night. Luther, along with some of his former two groups, joined Listen, My Brother, a workshop group based at the Apollo Theater. That was something that I didn't even know about the Apollo Theater, but they had a workshop for people. So that was an interesting fact that I appreciate. Luther, along with some of his former two groups, joined Listen, My Brother, a workshop group based at the Apollo Theater. They released one single, Only Love Can Make a Better World. What you say? Only love can make a better world. My goodness. The group performed in front of tens of thousands at the Harlem Cultural Festival late August 1980. Afterwards, the group appeared in the pilot episode and other episodes of the first season of Sesame Street during 1969 to how many of you out there knew that Luther Vandross and his group that he had formed had been on Sesame Street during that time, 1969 to 1970? I didn't know that myself, but I found episodes of Sesame Street on YouTube where Luther Vandross signed a solo deal with Epic Records. Shortly after his tenure, 1981, he released his debut album, Never Too Much, which topped the Billboard R&B albums chart. The self-penned and produced title track was on was an success singles chart for 2 weeks and peaked at number 4 on the National Disco Action Top 80s chart, while the post disco track crossed over to the Billboard Hot 100, rising to the top 40. Its follow up single, Don't You Know That, rose to number 10 on the Billboard Soul charts. The album became the beginning of songwriting collaboration sets. Marcus Miller, who played on many tracks and would produce or co-produce several tracks for Vandross, was arranged by Vandross' high school classmate Matt Adderley Jr., a collaboration that would last throughout Luther's career. It also became notable for his reinvention and radical rearrangement of Dionne Warwick's song A House Is Not a Home, which, while it did not make the chart, it became one of Luther's well known songs and would be the showstopper in Vandross concerts and tours career. Never Too Much eventually became a certified double platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, and its success led to Luther's winning one of his first Grammy Award nominations for Best New Artist in 1982. In 1982, Vandross began producing for other artists, which began with Cheryl Lynn's Instant Love and Aretha Franklin's Jump to It. On the former Luther and Lynn, Cheryl Lynn released a slow jam rendition of Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell's If This World Were Mine, which rose to number 4 on the newly renamed Black Singles chart. Vandross worked on Franklin's Jump to It, which led to the little track topping the R&B charts, and the album itself became Aretha Franklin's first gold certified album in 6 years. His sophomore album, Forever for Always for Love, was released in 1982 and topped the R&B album charts and going platinum thanks to the hits such as Bad Boy, Having a Party, and his soulful rendition of The Temptations' Since I Lost My Baby. The song She Loves Me Back was later covered by New Zealand band DD Smash, who had a local hit cover with the song later. The title track became popular songs on R&B radio. Let's Get It Right, which featured the title track, which rose to the R&B charts. In the same year, Vandross worked with his main musical influence, Dionne Warwick, producing Warwick's album, How Many Times Can We Say Goodbye? The title track duet was Vandross' second top 40 pop hit and also reached the top 5 of the adult contemporary chart. On the same album, Warwick recorded the Vandross ballad, So Amazing, which became Luther's solo hit. Several years later, How Many Times Can We Say Goodbye was featured on Luther Vandross' third album, Busybody, released in November 1983 and became his third consecutive number one R&B album, and was notable for the ballad Make Me a Believer as well as Superstar, Until You Come Back to Me. That's What I'm Gonna Do. Reached the top 5 of the Black Single Chart in 1984 and became another signature staple for Vandross. Luther was a voice of a cartoon. Now, watch this. I did not know this, but I found it interesting. I found it interesting and a bit of information that I didn't know about Luther Vandross. Luther was the voice of a cartoon character named Zack for ABC's Zack of All Trades, a 3 Saturday morning animated PSA spot. Vandross followed that up with The Night I Fell in Love in 1985, which topped the R&B albums chart and went double platinum due to the singles such as Till My Baby Come Home, It's Over Now, Wait for Love, and his rendition of Brenda's Russell's If Only for One Night, which was sometimes accompanied by his rendition of immediately followed by a song on the album that same year. Vandross added background vocals and ad-libs on Stevie Wonder's 1985 hit Part-Time Lover. Not long afterwards, Luther first spotted the talent of Jimmy Salvini, who was 15 at the time, on Star Search. Remember earlier I spoke about a young man that Luther Vandross had saw on Star Search? Well, this is the young man, Jimmy Salvini. And I shared with you in the beginning that the young man ended up in a car accident that unalived him, that took his life. And I shared with you that Luther was very hurt and broken by that situation. Luther first spotted the talent of Jimmy Salvini, who was 15 at the time, on and contacted him. Salvini was managed by his brother, Larry Salvini. A contract was negotiated with Elektra Records for $250,000, and Vandross agreed to produce the album. Luther contacted his longtime friends Cheryl Lynn, Alpha Anderson, um, uh, Alpha Anderson was from the music singing group of Chic, Phoebe Snow, and Irene Cara to appear on the record. Salvini's album Roll It was released in 1986. That same year, Luther reunited with David Bowie after he had done background vocals on Bowie's single Underground from the movie Labyrinth. In September 1986, Luther's fifth solo album, Give Me the Reason, was released. And like his previous album before it, went to number one on the R&B albums chart, while reaching number 14 on the Billboard 200, his highest peak at the time. The dance pop song Stop to Love became Vandross' first song to cross over to the top 20 of the Billboard's Hot 100, partially due to the success of his music video, which achieved rotation on MTV, a channel Vandross had struggled to get on in the past. It also became his first top 40 hit in the UK, peaking at number 24. The title track became a moderate pop in the UK, resulting in the album going 2 times platinum in the soul. The album followed up hits included There's Nothing Better Than Love with Gregory Hines, duet that he did with Gregory Hines. There's Nothing Better Than Love was the song. I Really Didn't Mean It, and So Amazing, which despite its low peak on the US R&B charts, became a well-known song in his catalog. The catalog is it's a book of all of Luther Vandross's songs. So that's what they're talking about when they mention catalog. They're In 1987, Luther wrote and produced It's Hard for Me to Say for Diana Ross from her Red Hot Rhythm and Blues album. Ross performed the song as an a cappella tribute The Oprah Winfrey Show. She then proceeded to add it to her successful 2010 through 2012 More Today Than Yesterday tour. The Greatest Hits tour, Vandross also recorded a version of this song on his Your Secret Love album in 1996. In 1988, Luther's sixth album, Any Love became his sixth album, six consecutive number one R&B album, and also became his first to reach the top 10 of the Billboard 200. It went platinum off the strength of the autobiographical title track, the Grammy-nominated dance single, She Won't Talk to Me, and For You to Love. Luther Vandross ended the decade by releasing the double disc compilation, The Best of Love, which produced Vandross' biggest pop hit at the time, Here and Now, which peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming his first top 10 pop single. The ballad later won Luther his first Grammy Award for Best Male R&B Vocal Performance. At the 33rd Annual Grammy Awards in 1991, nearly a decade after his first nominations. Upon hearing his name called as the winner, Vandross stood up to accept as the audience gave the singer a standing ovation. Noting Vandross' earlier struggles of winning a Grammy. In 1990, Luther wrote, produced, and sang background for Whitney Houston in a song titled Who Do You Love, which appeared on her album, I'm Your Baby Tonight. He guest starred in the series of the television sitcom 227. In 1991, Vandross' seventh album, Power of Love, was released and became his seventh consecutive number one R&B studio album. The album produced 2 crossover top 10 hit ballads, Power of Love, Love Power, his 4th multi-platinum album, with the former track winning Vandross 2 Grammy Awards at the 34th Annual Grammy Awards in 1992. That same year, Luther scored an international hit duet with Janet Jackson on the song The Best Things in Life Are Free. From the movie Mo Money, it topped the Hot R&B single charts and peaked at number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, while also reaching number 2 in the United Kingdom. It's notable for being Vandross' final song to top the R&B chart. In 1993, he had a brief non-speaking role in Robert Townsend's movie, The Meteor Man. You all remember that movie, The Meteor Man, that Robert Townsend did. He wrote in 1993. Luther had a non-speaking role in that movie. He played a hitman who plotted to stop Townsend's title character. His next album, Never Let Me Go, broke Vandross' streak of number one R&B albums, peaking at number 3, though it continued Luther's streak of platinum albums. The following year, with production from Walter A., Luther released the Covers album song, which featured his top 10 hit cover of Lionel Richie and Diana Ross duet, Endless Love, with Mariah Carey, which peaked at number 2. Despite his success with Epic, however, Luther was beginning to feel neglected by the label as it focused on younger pop artists rather than him. In 1996, he released what would be his final studio release with the label, Your Secret Love. The title track reached the top 5 of the R&B singles chart and reached number 14 in the UK, while only being moderately success on the Billboard Hot 100s, though it still resulted in another Grammy win in 1997 for Vandross. On January 26, 1997, Luther sang the American national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, during the Super Bowl 31st at Louisiana Superdome in New Orleans. It was included in many of the best of lists as one of the best versions of the national anthem performed at the Super Bowl. Following the Regulation album, Vandross left Epic that year and signed with Virgin Records, releasing the album I, I Know. The album reached 6 on the Billboard 2 albums chart upon release, becoming his lowest charting studio release of his career and breaking his streak of platinum albums, only going gold then until he signed with J Records in 2000. With the label's president, Clive Davis, at the helm. Lou worked with contemporary R&B producers on his self-titled album, Luther Vandross. The lead single, Take You Out, reached number 26 on the Billboard's Hot 100, becoming his most successful single in several years, helping the album to go platinum. He made 2 public appearances at Diana Ross' Return to Love tour, at its opening in Philadelphia, at First Union Spectrum, and its final stop at Madison Square Garden on July 6, 2000. In September 2001, Luther performed a rendition of Michael Jackson's hit song, Man, at Jackson's 30th anniversary special. alongside with Usher and 98. Spring of 2003, Vandross' last collaboration Doc Powell's song What's Going On, a cover of Marvin Gaye's Sermonal 1971 original from Powell's album 97 and Columbus. Right here and in this video, and then we'll come back and do a part 2 to this video. In 2002, Luther Vandross guest starred on my favorite on one of my favorite shows called Touch 8 episode 20 titled The Impossible Dream, which aired on May 4th, 2002. All right, we're going to stop right there because this video is getting really long. And I don't want it to be too long. So you're tuning in to Eagle's Nest podcast. I am your host, Minister A. Williams, aka Eagle Soaring High. I want to thank you all for joining. I want to remind you all to like, comment, share, and subscribe to all of my channels. Eagle Soaring High Channel 1, Eagle Soaring High Channel 2, Fireside Chat with Eagles, and Purple Community Royal Priesthood. And if you will, as you come in, hit the like button, and as you go out, hit the like button. You came all the way over here in the clouds. So come on and hit the like button as you come in or as you go out. I want to thank all of you for joining me on this podcast. We're going to get ready and go in a little while. I will be back shortly to get my final thoughts, and then we will let you go. Stay with me. Stay with me. We'll be right back. All right. Thank you. Don't forget to hit the like button as you come in or as you go out. God bless you. God bless you. We'll be right back right after this break. Well, welcome back. Welcome back again. You are tuning in to Eagle's Nest podcast. I am your host, Minister A. Williams, aka Eagle Soaring High. I want to thank you all so much. I appreciate it. To all of you that's going to catch it on when it premieres. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. For those of you that's going to catch it on the replay, God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. And don't forget to put in the comment section of this video your favorite Luther Vandross song. I was really enjoying going through the timeline of his life, but we got to stop right here. We got to stop right here. I'm going to ask that you will come back on next week. Come back going through his history of his life, because we are celebrating and we are remembering and honoring the legend himself, the man who could sing a song and tell a story all at the same time, from that place of the power of love within him. So grateful for his gift that God allowed to be shared with this world. He left too soon, but he is not forgotten. I want to invite you to come back on next week as we conclude his life history and the legacy in which he left. And prayerfully, you'll be able to find out some more fun facts, or find out some things that maybe you didn't know about him, that you will find interesting. I want to thank you all. The like button as you come in or as you go out. Hit the like button as you come in or as you go out. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and subscribe to all of my channels: Eagle Soaring High Channel 1, Eagle Soaring High Channel 2, Fireside Chat with Eagles, and Purple Community Royal Priesthood. Thank you all so much for joining me in the nest of this podcast. I appreciate you. I love all you, the support that you all have given to me. I appreciate it. I can't thank you enough in words. And I'd express how blessed I feel that you all continue to show me love and continue to show me support. Well, we're getting ready to get out of here. To the late Luther Vandross, rest in peace. For this video is for you, and it is dedicated to you and your life you have left. And we are remembering and honoring and celebrating the life of the legendary Mr. Luther Vandross. You all stay safe. You all stay safe and blessed. Until the next time, stay in the Master's arms, and may his love forever shine upon you. Be blessed and safe, and I will catch you in the next video. God bless.
Standing tall by faith, I watch my spirit grow, reaching for the lost souls wandering far below. God's holy breath, the sacred mighty touch, lifts me from the ashes, raises me from dust. Eagles soaring high, high up in the sky, flying straight and true, riding to victory. His promise is the power that makes the darkness flee. Eagles soaring high for all the world to see. His anointing falls, it destroys the yoke. Every chain is shattered with the words he spoke. The captives now are free. Rising up with me, soaring high into victory. Flying high and free. Soaring high into victory. Flying high and free. Standing tall by faith. I watch my spirit grow, reaching for the lost souls wandering far below. God's holy breath, the sacred mighty cup, lifts me from the ashes, raises me